Good Friday morning to you. Eastern Peak Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Murchers. This is your outlook for May 16th, 2014, and we have some very heavy rain that we're expecting with flash flood watches up from the National Weather Service for almost our entire coverage area. The exception is going to be the southeastern areas here, but we'll get into that in a second here. If you haven't been following along for most of the week here, we have a cold front that's draped to the west of our coverage area here. It's going to be very, very slowly moving to the east, and since it's moving so slowly, it's going to allow for some moisture transport along the front with a low-level jet, also enhancing that moisture transport. So some very heavy rainfall we're expecting over our coverage area today. We're going to go over to the NAM high res, and this is going to be show this very nicely where the front is here. This is at 7 a.m. You see some very, very heavy rain here across our western portions of our coverage area, but if you go a little bit further in time, it really doesn't move that much. It kind of just sits here and it just dumps on the same areas over and over again, and that's where we're having these issues with the flash flooding. You can see the back of the front here is already, this is 11 a.m. It's just about out to State College at this point, so it looks like it normally would just head right through, but this is going to be very, very slow to move eastward, and because of that, and with the south to north flow here along the frontal boundary with that low-level jet enhancing that, we're going to have some very heavy rainfall continuing over the same areas. Could have some thunderstorms in these areas too. Any convection could bring down some very gusty winds between as high as 40 to 50 miles per hour if some of those can mix down to the surface. It's uncertain whether that will be very localized, but that is a possibility. And then these heavy rain will continue. Now, one thing the NAM is showing here, we're going to get to, this is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's now over eastern PA where the heaviest rain is at this point. And here's 3. And you see 4 o'clock, it starts to move a little bit here. We get to 5 o'clock, and the back edge is actually starting to kick out this precipitation in the northeast even further and a lot quicker than earlier anticipated, which would be really good news if we're trying to avoid the heavy rains and cut down a little bit. But I really don't think it's going to do much to cut down, because we're just talking about some training of storms over the same areas over and over again. It's just really going to pile up quickly. But if this does head out earlier, that is better here. Here's showing, this is actually 7 p.m., still some leftover showers here, according to NAM high res over northern New Jersey and extreme northeastern portions of northeast PA. So everywhere else is starting to dry out, or at least the heavy rain is out of here at that point. Maybe just a few trailing showers, but it's really trying to kick this out at this point. And then it does keep it into New Jersey and the far eastern sections as we get into midnight or just after midnight here. So I do think this is going to end from west-east pretty quickly. We're going to go back to actually, let's go to our weather alert maps first. This is actually showing what our projections are for rainfall from this system. This area in red here is anywhere between 1.5 and 3 inches of rain. The orange is anywhere from between 1 and 2 inches of rain, and the green here is anywhere between 0.5 and 1 inch. Now, it is going to be less to the southeast because you have some things working against that is going to enhance the rainfall further inland, and that's just the position of the and strength of the low-level jet, and also some more graphic lifting that's going to be enhancing rainfall back in these areas here, more so than down to the southeast. So a little more as you get west of northwest of I-95 here, and then as you get far into the interior here is where you'll see the heaviest rain. Now, some of this rain out here by State College, Williamsport, Chambersburg, Harrisburg, some of this falls overnight. So it's not going to be an addition to, this is just the total accumulation from this system. We go back to the GFS now. This is looking at Saturday morning. The front is now way to the east of our coverage area here, so this is 8 a.m. Saturday, and we're going to have some rapid clearing in here behind this frontal boundary here. We're going to have some mixed clouds and sun on Saturday. Very nice behind this front here. We're looking at a stretch between Saturday and at least Tuesday where we're going to have high pressure dominating the weather pattern. And we might have a little weak disturbance come through here on Sunday, so we left an isolated shower chance in the forecast, just mainly for northwest sections, and very light, spotty if it does happen. But for the most part, we're rain-free. You see high pressure moving in behind here. That's going to set up shop right over the Ohio Valley and eventually over our area here by Tuesday. And that's going to keep temperatures near or slightly below normal temperatures for this time of year. But normal highs are into the low 70s, so we're talking about temperatures near and on either side of 70 degrees. So it's going to feel a very nice, refreshing northwest breeze in the period from Saturday through Tuesday. As we get into Wednesday, I think the day starts off okay. We have to look at the timing of this, a little bit of timing differences with this next system. This is actually a frontal boundary moving in from the southwest that the GFS has moving in on Wednesday night. And the European model has it a little bit earlier, coming in as late afternoon or early evening on Wednesday. So we'll have to see how that timing difference is going to go one way or the other, and we'll narrow that down to a little bit closer. We're getting pretty far out here to the maximum portion of our coverage time frame, I should say. And then we have some showers here on the GFS that's showing into next Friday as well. I'm Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for May 16, 2014. Have a great Friday.